And we're live with another episode of Under the Moon. Hey, you know what, dude? I just looked up and I saw that my son put my staff. I have. Until Knight of Wands. So I was like, you don't even have a wand. I have a real wand. And I have the staff. Really? Yeah. I can part the seas with that bitch. What are you doing? If anything, I can Bruce Lee some bitch. Write that down, Marshall. Love it. Fucking godly. So godly. Oh my god. Becky. What's up, everyone? I am lit. The hostess with the mostest, the high priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer and teacher and shaman and seer and oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic and medium and psychic and witch and yogi and guru and evangelist. I'm your spiritual psychoanalyst, your messenger of God, the first child of God. He's very childlike. Untamed. Hey, I got him. I got so many downloads when I took my freaking shower right now. Really? How many? A billion. Hold on. That would triggered one of them. I don't know. We'll go through the time loops here. In order to keep up with me, you had to catch my last video when I posted my community page. Actually, I didn't do anything since then. Why? Because I was changing my tire. Really? Morgan was supposed to... I called Morgan. I said, where you been? She's like, where you been? And she's like, so I want to tell her a story, but she got a little story of her own. And she's like, well, yeah, my friend is here, and I can ask him for a ride to come over and help you out with your tire. I was like, cool. So I had to clean out my closet, which was my fucking trunk, and get this fucking donut out. And then I waited for like a long time, and I was like, all right, I could do this. Problem was, I forgot what I didn't learn last time. Sounds like a broken fucking record, right? Why are we doing this again? Because you didn't learn. What didn't I learn? What did I forget? I forgot what I didn't learn. Everyone's gonna laugh. What? It's what fucked me up the last time. That you're supposed to loosen the lug nuts before you lift the car. So I couldn't get the fucking lug nuts like last time. And I was like, watch this, Diana. I'm going to manifest a big, hefty man. Dude, this big old dude came out. He went to do the lug nuts, and I didn't put the fucking jack on right, so the whole fucking thing got jacked up. And it fell off. It's like, oh, man. I thought I had it. I thought I could do this. All right. Anyways, he's like, I got you. And he went and got his jack, and he put it on like fucking Jack Flash, dude. It was all done in like fucking 10 minutes. I spent my whole morning out there staring at all the variables of this bullshit. It's like, well, it's a good thing that I know how to manifest, because there's some things I have my limits when it comes to the man's world. I swear I can do these things. You think you can do these things, Nemo, but you need a man in your life. I surrender, God. I surrender. You know, Bobby helped me change my tire. He did. We worked together, and I called, and they let him leave work to come help me. That was awesome. How much do you do this? I don't know. I know this is exactly the same time last year that this happened. Really? Yeah, bro. I'm sure of it. Why? Because by the third week of October, I was back. So all that shit happened in the span of like 2 weeks. A bunch of fucking flat tires. I'm like, damn, here I am again. Are you wiser? I think it's funnier. Does that help? I didn't remember what you taught me. Oh, well, I mean, repetition, I guess, right, Kobe Bryant? Fucking fell on my face. You forgot to tie your shoelaces before you got off the fucking... That's what that looks like for someone like me. Anyways, the tire is changed, and the crowd goes wild. And then afterwards, I super needed a shower. It's not like I didn't need one before, but I did that, and I feel amazing, and then I got all these downloads, and my phone is dead, so I'm, like, stuck here. Let's talk. All right, let's start with the first thing, and maybe it'll trigger everything else, because there was a lot that I was getting downloaded on. Morgan's caught up in a love affair. I got myself caught up in one. Diana's caught up in one. Are you caught up in a love affair? It's fucking energy. Shit. What can I tell you? It'll be gone November 4th. Fuck a summer fling. We want that autumn shit, that really cozy shit. Someone to spend the holidays with. Oh, God. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. I told you, this is bad juju. Anyways, I was laughing about that. So I see synchronicities. I see patterns. That's all we're supposed to do is see how everything aligns. Put the pictures together. Put the puzzle together. You have all these weird pieces. You're like, make it fucking make sense. But something simplistic like that, it's like, so Diana, I tell Diana the story. She's like, oh, a new friend and a baby daddy. I should have left that part out. She said, well, I tried to reconcile with my baby daddy. He came over, but he wasn't too pleased to see my friend who had just got out of jail that's staying with me. Oh, Maury! Tell me more. I thought I had a good weekend. Tell me all about yours. And then she tells me that her ex-boss, who says he's getting married, and one day, and he's like screaming for his wife the next day, and he wants to play daddy and all. I'm like, oh, damn. Whoa. She tells me he's a Scorpio. I was like, oh, I'm dying. She calls her fucking baby daddy Senior Swallows, and he's my baby daddy in a weird form. And I'm like, you guys, I need to stick to my own business, because obviously we're getting handled the business. Birds of a feather flock together. And that's what brings me to this next part. I was standing outside, and there was way more crows than ever. And I was looking up. I was like, that's not something you see often. I was like, that's called a murder. She said, what? I was like, yeah, a bunch of crows together is called a murder. So I'm going to pull out my murder of crows that I got when I was with Morgan, who is currently MIA. He was like, guys, I'm such a judgmental bitch. I just process information as I'm being given it. She's like, well, let me ask him if he can take me down there, because he's right here. And so we're talking, and she's like, yeah, I can drop you off on my way to the gym. And I'm just laughing in my head. I was like, this dude got out of the jail, and he's got to keep that, don't lose that gym routine. And all we're trying to do is break patterns, but this guy is institutionalized, and he's got to hit the gym. He's probably currently ironing his clothes, creasing them up as we speak. Oh, sorry. Are you not judging, are you? No, I'm evaluating the situation. I'm just taking in information and processing it. It's like I'm the court recorder. I'm the witness. Revelations. This is giving me a whole new revelation about my chapter 11 through 13. She bears witness, and I'm supposed to bear a child while I'm watching all this shit. Who wants to raise a child in this? I am so fucking funny. Do you know anyone funnier than me? I'd like to meet them. In essence, no. I'm going to die. I'll probably meet that person right before death, and they kill me. They kill me with their jokes. Oh, God. Aye, aye, Captain. Who's the pineapple under the sea? Fucking Russ. Jesus Christ, you are so great on this. I don't know if you understand the punchline of the joke that I keep, punching you with. But let me explain it. Let me break down this punchline like you like to do, because you obviously you don't get this. I was like, I got this twin flame that's been pushing the bandana look, right? He's a bandit. He's got the bandana look. He's been wearing scarves. He's got these luscious long hair, and he's got both of his earrings pierced and all these fucking rings and fucking gold. And I was like, he's a fucking pirate, bro. He looks like a fucking pirate to me. He's always traveling. He can never stay home. So I call him the Pirate of the Caribbean. So then I found this stupid pirate bed last night. I was like, I'd roleplay the shit out of that thing. But I was thinking about Russ. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I just laughed so hard at you, dude. You're such a funny image in my head. You are the jokester, bro. I don't think you intentionally mean to fucking be a joke in my story. And I just want to point out, this is what happens when a love spell goes backwards. I remembered yesterday. I remembered when it happened. He got me under a full moon. Really? Yeah. Do you want me to tell them the details? I remembered the details. I was talking to him in a DM under the full moon on my porch. And I had an explosion of sexual energy. And then after that, I was all in love with Russ. That shit wore off. Thank God. Now I'm just disgusted by him. Whatever I felt before he did that, and he didn't need to, but whatever, I know it. Because I promise you, I remembered it now. I was in the middle of a regular conversation. We wasn't even talking nothing dirty. But something dirty happened while we was talking. And I was like, what the fuck? Really? Yeah. That was nasty. Nasty. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to make her fall in love. Why? Well, let's go back to this energy that we pulled today. And I was talking about it. Everybody harnesses love different. Most of you run away from it. But those that know the power of love, Christ, Buddha, Ascending Masters, I'm Kanyen, bro. I am love. Love and unity. Haha! That's the lover's card in that deck. That would be me. I am the lover in that deck. What's in your pocket? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be getting the cards. I remember! Okay, anyways, he got me with that, and that's what happened, dude. I loved him just fine until he did that. And that's what happens when you break it. Why? I don't know. I mean, whatever he was holding on to, some lower vibration of me, so that I would hold on to some lower vibration of him, definitely didn't work. And that's what it is. They want you to stay in a low vibration with them. Don't leave. Dude, why don't you just get better and we could stay in love. That's really what happens. What happens in your relationships, bro? You fall out of love. It's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. We don't have the same feelings. Yeah, because you evolve. You grow apart. You don't want to admit that. Just want us to you want to fall in love again with the same person. It's a one and done, bro. If you're to stay in love, you stay in love. Now, let's go back to that. The power of love. These are the oracles. We're taking them one at a time. We're at the 7 of coins. Hey, reap what you sow, bro. That's what this card is about. That's how I know it. Harvest season, motherfuckers. Alright, so we talked about that coming into union. The most powerful force that has no limits is love, right? Alright, so let me break this down. I offered myself in the name of love. Because I loved myself and I loved the person that I was going to do this for. And so I opened myself as a portal to an experience of love. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Magically, I did so. But girls do it emotionally anyways. The next part is, did I receive love? Is that what I got in return? Because if I did, then that's the explosion of energy, right? If not, what I get left with? His dirty ass energy, which is, you know what I mean? Like the unhealed version, right? So the first time that I had laid with, or the last time, whatever, I don't even know how to say it. Is it a first? Is it a last? Will it be another? You gotta be careful on your verbiage. That's why I said don't say the last, because it could happen again. Or don't say the first. Don't say any of that. Don't say any of that. You gotta watch your words. They manifest, especially as me, and I'm gonna show you how this works. So anyways, when that happened, I was filled with all this shame and blame and regret and condemnation. But nobody put it on me. That was his energy for what he did. He gave me all his fucked up feelings about this. And they stayed on me, and I worked through them. But I never felt shame. You know what I mean? I was meant to feel it, but I didn't know where it was and what this was, right? So in the essence, this is how that works, right? So they take, no matter how you look at it, and this is the science of it, we're taking our energy out on each other. What energy are we putting on each other? Are you taking out your frustration? Are you taking out your anger? Are you taking out your sadness? Are you taking out your life on me? Are you just pouring out your terrible life on me? Or are you here to make love to me? That's the difference between lust and love. Is the exchange of the energy. It doesn't matter about how animal-like or sexy or freaky or what it looks like. It's the exchange. Are we doing this out of love? Like, I love this and I love you? Or are we doing this as like, you know what I mean? What are we doing this for? Right? And that's the exchange. So, pagan religions, and going back to Aleister Crowley, they knew that through the woman, all things could be birthed. Why? Because we give an energy of love. And if you can harness that energy, you can use that to manifest in your life. And that's the whole sex magic. The abuse of that are called warlocks. Anybody that abuses that, because we all use it. We know how to use this energy. We all use it. We all use sex magic. We make sure that our sex is given in love and that it's magical. For the person that's on the other side, for ourselves, and for what we'd like to get out of this. What do you hope to get out of this experience? Because it is just an experience, right? So the abuse of that is what we have is Wolfman, where he'll seduce women to give their love to him. And he has to get them really in love with him to get this energy. When he walks away, he feels powerful about how much they love him. And what, you know what I mean? And he uses those feelings to channel that into wanting something. So he'll take all of this experience and he'll sit down in his little pentagram and he'll visualize what he wants based on that. And if he doesn't use a woman, then he can't do it. Yeah? That's why that's where the angels were born. That's where Mother Mary came into this whole picture. Life was birthed a woman. Jesus came from a woman. You know what I mean? They all had to come. Everything divine has to come through the woman. It has to be birthed. You can't take that power away from us. We can birth a fucking demon, or we can birth a fucking savior, literally. And that's where our children succeed us. But at the same time, that's where our children have all of our generational curses, and they walk around acting just like their mother and fucking father. The sins of the father and the sins of the mother are casted upon the child. Right? Let me talk to you about a Sagittarius and a Scorpio. That cusp right there. Those babies, all together, Scorpios and Sagittarius is the whole given timeline. Because of gestation, it can't be on a timeline. It depends on circumstance. Those babies are made from Valentine's Day. That tells you everything you need to know. Those babies were either made out of adventurous sex that creates a fucking Sagittarius. They just had an adventurous sexcapade around Valentine's Day. Or they were made out of passionate sex. And that makes the Scorpio. Ta-da. What two parts made you? It takes two parts to tango. So in essence, I wanted to explain how that works. Now, I go in with with an understanding of how this works. And I try to explain it to the other person. You know what I mean? What would you want to change about your life? So I'm giving them the understanding and the power, and I'm telling them just to think about that before we have sex. I'm giving him the power. All you got to think about is, what do you want different in your life? You can use this to change that. Why? Because I'm giving you my love. You're not taking it from me. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving you the power to change your life. It's like my birthday wish. In the essence, let me explain something. We have all of the divine seeds. You have the ability to make them grow. And that goes back to, Marshall. When I gave Marshall that calling on his life to change music, it's like, why don't you do it? Because I'm not you. I can see these things, but they're not for me, so I must give them to someone to grow. That's the Empress. I have all of these ideas. I'm being given information from God for what he wants this world to look like. The clothes, the food, the music, the buildings, the structures, everything. He sits around feeding me information of the new world so that I can always be hopeful for this world that's about to birth in 35 years. He shows me the future world. And so it's my job to find the people, or he'll bring them, the creators of this world. All they need is the innovators. You don't need to steal my ideas. They're here for you. So in the essence, that's what that kind of looks like. And as humble as I am, he said the same thing. I don't know. When you're a humble servant of God like me, and that's what you must understand, I don't ask God for shit. I just accept what he gives me with a smile on my face because I've learned. No, I bitch a lot. But that's the whole point, is be grateful for God's great works. But in essence, the power of manifestation is you can change some of these things. You can use things. That's the point of being what I am, is using it. So I can use this power of love, right? This is how it worked for me. What did I did it in my ritual work after. I was trying to do the ritual work there and do it all together, but it can't be. I mean, maybe if I had more time or something, I guess. More practice. Wait, let me stop what you're doing. Let me light a candle. I don't know. I'm not sure how you mix those two worlds. But in the essence, what was my intention? To be loved. To feel what it felt like to have this experience, and to feel what it felt like to be able to give my love. So I gave freely. Ultimate thing. Nothing in the world can come bad. Bad can happen from loving someone. You might feel bad if they don't love you back, but nothing bad comes from loving someone. So all I did was an enormous act of love. An enormous act of love. Now, going back to the cards I pulled earlier, is you send out that frequency of love. Love attracts love. I offered myself in the name of love. To him, to his future, to God, to myself. At no point was it like, you know what I mean? It was something fully that I felt that I was in control. And it was that. It was just an act of absolute love. It probably looked really lusty. According to, the photographer on the other side, the universe watching this shit. And that's probably why they told my spirit guides to take a break. Because they would have probably been all in my head, fucking this whole thing up. They're always got some fucking jokes. When my fucking car fell off the jack, or when I broke the jack, I looked up and I looked at Diana and I was all, that's jacked up. And I was like, I hate you guys. You're always making jokes in my fucking life. It was a good joke, but at the same time, it's like you're always making jokes. It's not funny. I just want to why can't I just get this right? Shut up, Russ. You heard that song in the very beginning, Can't Get This Right. Try a million times. Gosh. And then you just got to figure, at least I can always manifest somebody to help me. And I told you somebody would. And that one was big, exactly like I pictured it. I pictured Moana big, a whole fucking big guy, dude. And it was exactly what I pictured. I'm so good at this. So that's it. What do you want? All I want is more of that feeling of being able to be in love. Not more sex, but that was fun too. I want more sex. That was fun. But more ability to be free in love. And so when I did the banishment of the money, I wanted to make sure that that didn't stand in my way. In essence, guys, let's just be honest. If I was a millionaire, my millionaire friends wouldn't fucking have such a hard time talking to me. I'm so below poverty level that it's against their fucking wealth status to talk to a fucking person like me. It doesn't matter to me. It matters to the people. I don't think it really matters to them, but it matters to everybody around them. And because of that pressure on them to, you know what I mean? And it's like you're putting this pressure on me it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary to have it on your life. But let alone, don't put that on me that I have to be something, you know what I mean, that people outside of you expect of you. Don't you just love me? And that goes back to this guy, like, you know what I mean? He accepts me as the freak that I am in my current situation. Saw the fucking crazy people that live in my building. It's like, fuck. Somebody love me just the way I am. Why do I have to be what you are to deserve love? I'm right here, full of love. But just because I'm in a dirty situation, you don't want to touch me. I'm not a okay. We can get dirty together, but not by nature, nah. I'm very clean about this shit. Cleanliness is godliness. But, I mean, so acts of love, because in essence, you know what I mean? there's two things that, there's a couple things about men and their egos. It's like they don't break their pride for nothing but love. You know what I mean? And that's an act of, love towards himself. And then just going against the fear. Everything about me, I'm not pretending. It's scary because you don't know who I am, what I might do and what I might say. And that scares you. You like predictability, you like certainty, you like to know what you're dealing with. I'd like to know what I'm dealing with. Why don't you just turn all those questions around on yourself? That's why I started with basic questions. What's your favorite color? I forgot to ask what you like to eat. That was a good question. That would have been important. How do I feed you? What do you eat? That would have been a good question. Seriously. That's important, don't you think? You should know what they like to eat. All right, moving on. 7 of Pentacles. I'm just saying, so the energy is that of love. The opposite is you're going through heartache, which was leaving you all fucked up in the mind and having you stuck. And that was our video earlier. But the upside of that is you're in love, you're breaking free from the restraints of your mind, and you just need to sit still with your, with your experiences and let God have a talk with you. And that's all it is. And I got a bunch of downloads in the shower, but none of them are coming to my head right now. Where are we at? We're in the 7 of Pentacles. We're moving on up. We're moving very slow in these ones, obviously. We got through the cups, didn't we? Oops, sorry, that was me. I do that a lot around here, I think. Oh, why is this taking forever? Resources must be marshaled if we are to reach the farthest shores. Within the earth are ancient devices, long forgotten and requiring deep study. The careless fly forth, risking all. The patience and the wise are risking all. The patient and the wise know that the secrets will unfold in time. And that's that Hangman. Let things pan out. Which, as I said that, I saw a gold pan. Let things pan out. Is that what they mean about that? Is that what that fucking saying means? It's funny. Okay. Jeez, that's old, bro. That's old as the dirt I was made of. Oh, very creative. I'm full of love energy, and that's what creates shit. Creates shit in my life. And that's what it is. It's like, I'm the best thing in the world, like I'm on the top of the world, and I'm having this kind of difficulties in my life, I wonder what kind of Monday you guys are having. Holy guacamonday. It's always funny when it's a full moon. I was like, ooh, even this one got me. The last one got me too. Ew, these moons are so serious. Serious. You make yourself familiar with the spinning wheel and meshed gears. I made myself familiar with the fucking jack and the tire. Calculating how to adapt them to your design. You hear that? That's what we're supposed to do. That's the Hangman. You're supposed to sit still and calculate how to adapt them to your design. How do I invite in more love? Not chase it. I'm not chasing. It's like, how do I be more open to more of these experiences of love? That's what it was, right? Now, on the other side, it's like, you're just turning up your volume. Pump up I haven't even pumped up the jams. I was taking care of business. And that's what I was like, I have to take off my man pants now and put on my dress. I'm going to put on my dress now. I'm going into my feminine. I was very manly this morning. Thank you for letting me. And that's what I looked at Diana. I was like, God's just doing this to keep my mind busy so I'm not over there fucking, crushing on this dude. I was like, I appreciate that. I have shit to do. And in the essence, it's like you get this built-up energy, and it's like he's got something to do with all that. You're gonna need that energy. He has a plan. Really? He sure does. You know what I didn't figure out was that big-ass sound bowl. Here, let me hit the solar plexus for those of you that are feeling weak in your knees. You hear that? That's a very high frequency. The one I heard in my ear in the last video was very low. It was all boom. I was like, whoa, who hit the gong? And I was saying marriage. It was all boom. I was like, oh, the strike of lightning is what I heard. It was thunder. 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 The Lord of Thunder. Thor. The Lord of Thunder. Who doesn't love Thor? Jeez. I don't know if it was the actor or just the actual idea. It's a good looking character right there. Moving on. Happily married ever after. We don't mess with that. Moving on. Keywords. Biding your time. Yeah. A follow season. Cautious editing. Maintenance. Boredom. I'm not bored. I'm doing a lot of maintenance work. I need to go get the maintenance man to fix the fucking sink. And we're waiting on him to fix... We're waiting on God. God sends the people, bro. You can't call the people. God's already sending them to help you. You just have to wait. He's sending everything. That's what I tried to tell you. I'm only doing this because, again, I have to wait until my phone charges. I got a couple of errands to do, and then that's about it. What are you going to do with the rest of your day? I don't know. More teachings and readings, the stuff I like to do. I'm supposed to be teaching you about manifestations. It's just where you're putting your intention, right? So if something happens and you're like, ugh, I never want to do that again, right? You put out this intention, you put out an intention, but you put it out in negativity, so that's not heard at all. It's the opposite. It's like, oh, you're still harsh about this. You haven't learned your lesson. Okay. That's kind of what that is. Right? So I don't know. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's just really watching your thoughts. Watching your thoughts and watching your words. And as the Queen of Swords, oh man, I'd be saying anything that comes to my mind. Like, oh, this is witty. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, that is beautiful. Oh, we're all in love again. Gabriel! Oh my God. Hold on. Gabriel always has this effect on me. But I haven't seen Gabriel till the last time I came and prayed to Gabriel. I asked him to do something for me. Oh, fuck, Gabriel, is this the one? You're right. Hold on, bro. My stomach fucking dropped all the way down. I can't even move, bro. When you're in the presence of Gabriel, you're in the presence of God, bro. He's the messenger of God. I go back with Gabriel since the day of my creation, where God told me, Gabriel told me, God told me through Gabriel, his messenger, to go back to that man. And I said no. He said, if you do not, then you shall be cursed, and your children shall be cursed, and this, that, and the other. I said, fine. And then it played out, and I hated that fucking angel with all my fucking heart. It wasn't God. I hated it. I hated Gabriel. It was Gabriel that brought that message upon my life. When I woke up, it was Gabriel that was there. I was waiting for him. I tell this story at Mother Cabrini's shrine, that my heart is having a conversation. My heart, I can hear it. It's not my voice in my head, it's my heart. It's having a conversation with a white entity on top of the mountain. As I stand in front of the resurrection stone. As you go up the stairs to Mother Cabrini's shrine, there's every 10 stairs, 15. I'm sure the numbers have sequences. I haven't counted them. I haven't been up there in a long time. But there's monuments all the way up. And I'm standing in front of the resurrection stone, and this comes out. It was brief. Where have you been? I'm ready. And the awakening happened so quickly. The next time he came to see me was in Oklahoma. Again, it was that racist war. And I had to stand in it. And I had to get in it. He called me to get in this. Make videos. Stand up. Do this. Fight for them. Fight. Fight. It was my first fight, right? And now I fight for everything. But at that time, it's like, I'm a fucking white girl in Oklahoma, and you want me to fight for the blacks? They don't even cross the street around here. What are you fucking talking about? Right? So that was the second calling. Since then, he comes up in the cards, and I'm always fearful for you guys, because I'm like, oh God, you can't avoid this angel, because this angel is literally God's voice. He told him He delivered this message, bro. It's like, don't shoot the messenger. It came from him. And what happened with me and him. You know what I mean? It was a battle. It wasn't even, it's like, it didn't even come from God. It came from Gabriel. I gave him all fucking, you know what I mean? All the condemnation from it. So, anyways, fast forward a couple weeks ago, and that's what I said to fucking Diana. I said, I asked Gabriel to bring me in my love. And then this guy shows up. And here he is with the Ace of Cups. He said, I've come to bring you love. That's what that card says right there, bitches. He said, I've come to bring you love. Under the moon and in the balance. This is crazy. That's why I shocked. I shock anytime you see Gabriel. That's God. You're in trouble. That's God. That's God, bro. I swear to God, bro. That's God. Don't fuck with him. That's God. And that's kind of like how you guys, you know, that's, in the essence, it's a mirror, because that's what I am. Don't fuck with her. That's God's message. That's God. That's God, bro. Don't fuck with God's anointed. That's God. I'm telling you. That's the reverence to Gabriel. I tell you in all of my stories, there's not one entity of the dark or the light that I fear other than this damn angel. And it's not like he stands between me and God. It's the power over our lives that God has given him. God has given him authority to speak over our lives. What he says goes, bro. Directly, not that he is God, but God has bestowed that power where you're not going to see God, because God doesn't come in a fucking form. He sends this form. You'll know when you meet Gabriel, bro. They painted him in the Mary movie in blue robes. He's in my book, he's in silver. When I saw him, he was just a white light. As bright as the light of God. It's just a fragment of God in the light. A voice. He can take whatever form is pleasing to your eyes. Because like all divine, they shapeshift. They don't have to stay in a physical form because they're not part of our physical world. They come to you in your mind, your mind's eye. You'll think you saw something, but it wasn't real. But it was. That's the other side of the veil. You see these things. You think you know they're real, but they're not part of our real world. He's the messenger, bro. He starts it all. He tells you your divine purpose. And as I see this, dude, the next card that I saw when I was putting away my cards yesterday is your divine calling. Fuck, I guess we're gonna talk about it. That's all I was supposed to do, was just give all this powerful love to this man, and we could create a new world. With my ability to give him ideas and inspiration and love and, you know, push him. And together, you know what I mean, we could build the new kingdom. I still had the same strong force as that man did. I was just as beast-like. I can change the tire, I just can't get the fucking lug nuts off. Fucking shit. Can you help me? That's the balance. That's what they call a power couple, bro. Where the sums of two parts come together. It's the balance of fire and water. Earth and air. It's very powerful. I knew it would be. I just didn't know it. I mean, there's nothing more powerful than that fucking angel. I can't move. You can't. You're just in awe. You're like, oh, shit. He doesn't fail. It's scary because it's all that I prayed for. You know what I mean? It wasn't exactly how I didn't see this coming. You never see him coming. But it's also, you know, confirmation. It's just confirmation. And you just read the card that we read about before that, hangman, and wait your time. Wait. It's all confirmation. We were in that. This is love, the beginning of love. The Two of Cups is coming into union, right? And then it said the spiritual work was working through your mind, and the outcome was being sat down with it. So that means you made a decision. You had to go through the part of making a decision, and then sit with your decision. I let this energy rule my life because it's real. If I'm pulling them, other tarot readers, not Gabriel, they don't have the same cards as me, but they're pulling the same fucking messages. Because it's the same message from the divine to whoever uses divination to receive this message. We all interpret it through our own prejudice of our mind. I want this to be that. You know, every time you see the 8 of fucking wands, you're like, they're going to communicate. They feel the urge to communicate is what that means. That's a willpower. I feel the urge. Doesn't mean they will. That just means it's in the energy, an energy pushing them to communicate. And that's where we all sit there as like, should I call them? I'm not going to call them. We all don't do that. You know what I mean? That's what it means about that, is you get these pushes, these forces, these urges. And then you look at it, it's like as the wheel turns, it's like, you know, are you like me in the highest level of light, filled with love, fully overflowing with it, and in union with, you know, in a union with yourself and with someone else where you were able to share it with someone? And now you just kind of you don't want to get, you know, you got to deal with your thoughts and process them and stay by yourself to deal with this experience of what you're going to do next with all this. That's exactly what it said in my cards, which is just chill. God's working. It's almost terrifying because you want things to be different, right? So I go in and I'm like, it's going to be different. This isn't going to end like it did last time. I'm not going to get ghosted. This isn't going to be like last time. This isn't going to happen like last time. And so I go in with this intention that it's going to be new, rather than going in with the fear of this is going to happen like it did last time. You create that reality. This is going to end badly. I already walk in with that knowing, so then it does. But I didn't walk in like that. I was like, this is going to end good. It's going to be okay. I don't know how that's even fucking possible. But the card said that it worked. It's going to be okay. This isn't. And it's not going to be how I see it because I can't see it. I just put out my intentions. That's all it is. And again, it's all done in love. You can't put these out. You can. Dark practitioners will put out angry, you know what I mean, anger, and send it to a person that's just full of love and it doesn't bother them. They don't get angry. You sent anger at a person full of love. You sent hatred at a person full of love. You sent fucking insecurities to a confident person. You sent fucking money issues to a person that doesn't care about money. You sent fucking, you know what I mean? What did you send at me? And that's where it is. It's like, I'm strong in all areas. I've been trained in all areas to not let the negativity hit me. And if it does, to turn it into some positive ass shit. I got hit with all kinds of negativity. The fucking hot water went out. My tires busted. I fucking didn't get no weed. And this, that, and blah, 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 blah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, bring it on, bitch. What's next? Let me get my staff. I'm ready to fucking Bruce Lee this shit. In essence, it's just, you know, that warrior mentality. But what this really is like, whoa. Because I told you, I was to a place where I was like, Gabriel will make this happen. He doesn't fail, bro. And that's what's got me here. It was God's command that I come back and be with that man. I didn't know who the man was, right? It's not true. I only saw that vision with one man. But because that man was impossible, I tried to fit other men into that vision. And then somehow, the impossible becomes possible. It's like, no way is this happening. And, you know, you go in with the idea that it's going to be okay, and then everything is okay. And it's like this. It's like, did you want this to happen with anybody else? That's where it is. I was like, he'll bring me the right man. And the right man is a man that can just accept me and love me for what I am. Can understand that that's really all I want. I mean, seriously, I didn't ask you for any fucking money or anything. I just wanted your time and your energy. A closeness, a connection. Realistically, I think that men just can't do that. They're emotionally unavailable to have that type of connection where they can just sit there and give you their attention. Where we can just sit there and have endless conversations and we can be close and you can feed into this conversation and we can, you know what I mean? We can hug instead of just, you know, we can do things. There can be moments. It's a bunch of these precious moments, I suppose. It's just wild because it's like, you know, I asked him, bring me that man. And again, anything I ask is given. And I asked the most powerful one, and here he is. It's like, here, I brought you love. Now the question is, do I sabotage it with my old behaviors, or I just sit here and love the love that I got? Do I go looking for more love? Do I go looking outside of what I have for another love? Or I just sit with the love that, you know, the loving experience that I had. And that's what I was like. I was like, it wasn't about the sex. It was just about the closeness. I was like, I want more of this. So I sat and I did my ritual. And I prayed for more of it. And I prayed for the things of this world, which is money. Money stands in men's way because they're responsible for it in some way. It gives them a big burden to deal with dealing with me. So I asked for that to be, you know what I mean? The desire and all of that energy to be washed away from me. And protecting. Do this to protect me, dude. It's a protection for me. You know what I mean? It's not like I need it. But I do. For everyone, you know what I mean? As a certain type of, I don't know. Just to get people off me. Not like I'm giving it to them, but you wouldn't say shit to me if I had money. If I was doing these things, people would leave me alone if I wasn't in the position that I was. They'd have more respect for me. It's like you judge me on the situation outside, not the power of what I am inside. You judge the outside of me. And that's what it is. It's like you're putting full judgment. So I asked for that to be eliminated. And I just asked for more of those close experiences. He brought me a cup of love. It wasn't sour. 74. Comes with an invocation. Oh, I turned to Raphael, God the healer. Damn, who comes next? We're in all of them. Oh my gosh. Why? Because Uriel, and then Michael, and then I saw Metatron, number 77. And the last one is Lucifer. And then we meet. We meet again. That's beautiful. My Dark Lord. Anyways, God the Almighty. I told you, that's Gabriel. That's God. It's God, bro. There's things that you can see in your life and you're like, that's God, that's God, that's God, that's fucking God. Invocation. Alright, I can't see. Spiritus Sanctos what is this? Supervivente in thee. Gabriel, known as the left hand of God. Left. Saturn. Conveys a fluid, ever-changing, nourishing, communicative, fruitful force connected to knowledge, memory, positive and negative feelings. As water can quench thirst, an excess of it can destroy. Even the clearest water, when deep enough, can drown. For this energy to transform into bountiful abundance or nourishment, both physical and mental, it must be allowed to flow freely towards harmonious choices and great works, with receptivity and love. Otherwise, it will stagnate and degenerate. So I said that earlier. I was like, how can he keep that experience? If he keeps feeding into the love, then the love will keep feeding him. Which means, in how this works is, the more love that I give to him, the more love I'll receive. The more that he gives into, you know what I mean, himself to it, that's how it is. I don't have to give in myself to love to him. Well, I mean, in essence, you do. You have to fight yourself to, let a part of yourself free. So that's what it is if he shuts down this whole experience and acts like it's a shadow. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, and that was shameful, and this and that. Or if he felt the experience of love, and he's feeding the opportunity, or he's feeding the experience with imagination and possibilities of what long-term love with me could be, then he's staying in the energy of what it was. And in that energy can only make him feel good as he's walking through his day-to-day life. And that's what it means to be in love. You can see them. They're just walking around in fucking love cakes. They're all in love. Oh, you're talking to someone, aren't you? Yeah. It just makes you feel better about your fucking life. Right? The possibility. You feel love, and then you start wanting to be in love, so then you're attracting love. You're in this energy of love. And love attracts love. So it comes in little bubbles. Right? Little bursts of love. You're putting it out, so you're getting it back. Maybe not from that person, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? That's where it is. It's like, I can't tell you where they are in their 8 of Swords, what their mental status is after a situation like this. But either way, the outcome was God said both of us need to sit still with that. Well, I mean, did we have another choice? All right, so that's how that is. 74, chorus is Archangels, the Ace of Cups, the Moon, Cancer, which is both of them. The Moon is ruled by Cancer, which is all of your feelings. And the Erotesic is the Ace of Cups. I'm going to pull Gabriel's card in another thing, but I'll read the Ace of Cups. Where's that? And that's who I called. I called the highest order, dude. I was like, oh, I turned to the fucking 9 of Cups, Abundance. And then what's that? I told you, those rainbows. I see them everywhere, bro. Really? Because Christ is part of the rainbow ray. I might as well tell you that too. 7 of Cups. Ace of Cups. No, we went to... Hold on. So the 2 of Cups is union. The Ace of Cups is just plain love. This is about pure love. When it appears, it brings an opportunity for deep emotional fulfillment. You are surrounded by love, but like water, love is an emotion that flows, and it can be blocked by negative feelings. And that's it. Do you have any negative feelings about this? No, I'm full of love. It was a loving experience. I feel really good about it. You must open yourself up to the power of love by forgiving and letting go of past hurts. And that's what it takes, is you can't let other experiences you've had hurt you from having a new experience. Allowing fear, grief, sadness, and hatred to trickle away from your heart, and love, healing, abundance, and spiritual connection will pour in. And that's what the negative effect can happen. Is you did this, and now you're filled with all these past hurts, and you're filled with all this fear and grief and sadness and hatred for yourself and the situation and blah, blah, blah. If you regret it. And that's where you got to ask yourself, do I really regret it? Was it a bad thing, or I'm just making myself feel bad about it? Because that's it. As I go back to these things, and it's like, I didn't feel bad about it. My mind made me look at it to where it felt just, I don't know, all kinds of ways. And it was just past pains. The power of the Ace of Cups will bring healing of the body. Whenever the Ace of Cups manifests, it brings love. A new loving relationship may develop, or an existing partnership may move to a next level of sharing and understanding. There may be celebrations for marriage, engagements, pregnancies, or births. You could find work that fulfills you on many levels. Well, we're birthing something new. It's not always a fucking child, as I try to say that. And that's what women have the ability. I have the ability to birth a brand new project every month. And that's what I do. I go through this, the projects are my learning, my stages of learning. I call in shit to take me to the next level. Right? So which are nothing more than obstacles and fucking trials and shit. It's fucking challenges all the time to get me to where I need to be. So that's how that looks. But I said that sex can't lead to marriage, but that's exactly how marriages happen. and engagements and pregnancies. And that's what it is I had to overcome this thing. This stands in my way. This is the gateway to all forms of love. You have to be able to be close to someone in order to have any kind of connection. So I opened a doorway to my future. And that's what it was. It's like, surrendering and submitting, not letting, you know what I mean, just being that. It's interesting. Reversed. Ace of Cups indicates emotional disappointment and sadness. This could be a relationship breakup, infertility, a miscarriage, or depression. A miscarriage could mean an actual child, but it could just mean that you lost something very dear to you that you had put a lot into. This has made you choose or close your soul to the flow of life, leaving you filled empty and unloved. You may feel as though your faith has let you down and your spirit connection is lost. Remember that the Grail is always present, always available, and you can choose whether to accept it or reject it. You either are not open to love or you are. And you have your reasons. That's all this means. It means you've done the healing and you're ready to get out and be a loving being and be loved in return, is what that means. And that's where I've been trying to get. I'm like, I'm real loving. I want to go out there. And then when they get close, I'm like, I run and scream and hide and do all kinds of shit. But I didn't this time. And that means I can do this. You know what I mean? I'm getting closer to that real life experience, that full commitment. It's like, you asked for marriage. I know. I don't know what I was thinking. God told me to. I'm a little scared now. And that's where it is I realized it right away. This leads to bigger things. Not just between me and you, but in my life. This was what was standing in my way of bigger things. And I blew through it. It's so funny to say. And if you're not, it's because you're still heartbroken because of what has happened in the past. You're not over it. You're not ready to go out there because you're still scared. You're still hurt. You're still wounded. That was me every day of my life before this weekend. It took me fucking years. I got divorced in... I don't know the year. I don't know. 2018 or 17. It's taken me all these years, bro. I don't even know when I got divorced. Maybe 16. I don't know. I don't know times. It's taken me all these years, bro. All these years. When I got divorced, I just gave up. Well, I mean, I was having a thing with Bobby that I was interested in, but I gave up on him. And I just worked on me. And then he came back so then, yeah, it would have been, 2018. So I met him when I was getting divorced. And he came back 5 years later, and I was like, holy shit. I've been, really, in the woods by myself for a long time. I haven't talked to nobody since you. I didn't realize that. And then, it's not, I was working on my outside world. I didn't even fucking know what was going on inside. I was just trying to build a nice outside world for 5 years. Rebuild my life. I met him when I had just got out of my I was just got out of the shelter in my first apartment, and I was working at the hotel. I mean, I literally didn't have even furniture. I was just putting it together. And then, he comes back when it's all done, and I'm about to fucking tear this shit all up, I guess. Didn't see that coming. Literally, to the date, dude. The fuck? I moved in on an April and got kicked out on an April. Anyways, I didn't start working on my actual trauma and problems or even identify with them until he came back. So for 3 years, I've been working on just nonstop me. But in essence, it's like single, chastised, given up, not ever going to do it again. And that's why when I see marriage, it's triggering me. The closer you get, the more it brings back those old fears. I've been talking about this fully forever because I knew it wasn't even, I wasn't even going to, it's not even really a possibility, till it becomes a possibility, and here comes up all the old fears. That's what it is. You got over sex, now you're afraid of marriage. I got a lot of fears, bro. I'm scared of a lot of shit. I just gotta work through it. Give me some time. Oh, God. I'm not gonna get what I didn't ask for. I've asked for this for years. This is what God asked of me, so I started asking of that, of others. What God put on me, I put on others. It's not like this isn't gonna happen. That's why I said there's no way this can change. I've believed in it since the moment I woke up, and I've worked too hard for it. My fears aren't going to stop this. It might slow me down, but it's not going to stop my destiny of a happily ever after. And believe me, I didn't believe such stupid things 3 years ago. It was the farthest thing of the very thought of being with a man made my skin crawl. It came with marriage and institution and painful memories and fucking stretch marks and crying. The very thought of it came with all of that. And those are the very thoughts I had after the fact. It's like, oh God. Oh God. Oh God. So no, you couldn't even talk to me, bro. I wouldn't even let you talk to me in that mindset. When guys would talk to me, I said, this is my favorite, this is what I said all the time. I just got out of R. Kelly's meat locker, and I'm not really ready to go back. And they thought it was funny, and it was the end of the conversation, and it was very real. And that was it. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want anything to do with that. And then I come out like a fucking freak. It's like, oh, I want the whole thing. I want the whole fucking Monty. It's like, what is wrong with you? I don't know. God just made me see it, and He shows me that I'm happy in this. I want to do what makes me happy. I can see it, dude. I see myself happy. I don't understand. That makes no sense. It doesn't look like a happy life from out here. But he promised that. He said that that's what He was trying to sell me since the beginning. Since the beginning, He wanted me to have a happy life with a man on earth. Have children. Create a new world. I'm here to do it. I have my reservations on this. Moving on, reverse. Ace of Cups indicates emotional. Yeah, we went through all of this. If you're not there, you're not there. I wasn't there. I gave up. I was never, ever. I was Marshall. Never. Marshall wasn't either. I put that on him. I woke him up. As God made me face these things, I made him face these things. And that's what it is. It's like nobody was ever going to wake us up and tell us to try again. And you couldn't tell us. After what we've been through, there was no way you were going to tell us that it's going to be okay. That there's somebody out there that loves you just the way you are. That you don't have to change. They're going to accept your childhood. They're going to accept your flaws. They're going to accept your stretch marks. They're going to fucking love you. Nah, bro. Nobody was telling us that. Our mind was telling us nobody's ever going to love us. And I don't want to get close to anybody again because they just leave us. Right? Anybody else feel that way? It's a long journey. Let's get started, bro. That's what I started with. I wanted something I never wanted before when I saw this man. Something that I was terrified of. I wanted more than I ever wanted before. Something I couldn't have by myself. Something I couldn't force. None of my power could just make happen. I was powerless to this. I couldn't make this happen. I just surrendered to something I want, this unbelievable want and desire that I couldn't have. And that's what started. It's like, all right, I can't have you, but I want this. Whatever this is, bro. I want this. Maybe it's not you. Maybe, maybe not. But I want this so bad. I've never wanted anything more in my life is this feeling I have right now. And I'm grateful for him because I never had that feeling before. And what was I going for? That feeling. I understood that you could have that feeling. I started to have it with other people. But it would just fizzle out. It wasn't the same. Right? It's a feeling you're going after. Unless you guys are going after, you know what I mean? Some stupid fucking intention. This guy will make all my dreams come true. And this guy will take care of me. This guy will this. This guy will this. I don't know what this guy will do. I can just tell you how he makes me feel. I have no certainty about any of these people. And that's what made me not want to deal with men. Because I wasn't certain. And that's why you don't want to deal with me. I'm not certain. I'm not a for sure thing. That's how I look at men. It's a mirror. You know what I mean? They're not for sure. I don't know for sure that they're going to stick this out. I don't know for sure they're not going to lose it. I don't know for sure they're not going to cheat on me. I don't know for sure none of this. You want certainty. You want to know for sure so you don't get fucking hurt. Because those things hurt. They hurt you when people do those things. So you can't be for sure with nobody, so you just don't. Because you're for sure going to get hurt. And that's what keeps you locked down. I hear you, Kanye. What is that song? Love Lockdown. You got my love locked down. I didn't know it was you that sang that song. You used a lot of auto-tune back then. A lot of auto-tune. Let me tune you up over there, buddy. Well, this is perfect for the energy. Oh, I was going to pull the other Gabriel card. It's perfect energy under the full moon. People be having this really loving energy. I be in love with myself and stuff, but some people really do, and I'm feeling it. It's a Libra energy. It's a Libra fucking energy. The full moon is, man, I just see it. I see it on the outside, and I feel it on the inside. What am I supposed to be getting? I'm not reading 2 cards. They're like, don't forget the other card. All right. I pulled cards yesterday. That's something. Come on. My leg's going numb. Oh, you son of a fucking rat. I told him I was to do something, and he ignored me, and now it's too late. Alright, so this was supposed to be next week, Spiritual Decree, or You're Called. And we're talking about the angels. Is this one? Nope. Come on. I have so many cards, guys. I really do. Oh, sorry, that was me. Is that like the 5th time I've done that? Probably. So many cards. I know what the packaging looks like on most of them. Especially these ones. They're all torn up. Alright, Gabriel is part of... I should have just grabbed the fucking... That was a better picture. I should have just grabbed the... Which one does that kill? The guidebook instead of all the cards. It wasn't really that necessary. Hold on a second. The cards are stuck on something. We're part of... So that's the High Priestess. This is me in the full ass light. We're part of the same... We're family. Just split. It's all part of the family. I'll show you. Just like the Iron Justice. There he is. We're part of the white light. Really? All colors of the rainbow. Oh, and then we'll talk about the rainbow that I keep telling you. All colors of the rainbow. You see Jesus up there. Line up and make what color? White. White. Right? Hold on. There's another one. I don't remember. It could just be those 2. Yeah, it is. They're part of the rainbow ray. Right? And that's what I was talking about. The lights, the orbs, the rainbows. It's an energy. Right? So Taz Fikel talks about how we incarnated here during this time. The rainbow children. Christ is part of it. It's part of the Christ consciousness. Gabriel. And then you got the freaking aliens that are with us. Just kidding. I'm not. I'm just saying not right now. Starseed. That's funny. Alright, going to Gabriel. What number are you, Gabriel? 28. Turn straight to him, bro. The white ray. Sparkling white. Casual chakra. Upper back of the head. Hope. Higher purpose. Higher consciousness. Collective consciousness of the planet. Purity. Peace. Clarity. And your spiritual gifts. Selenite. That's this big bitch right here. Selenite. People have these towers of them in their house. White howlite, a candle quartz, petalite or calcite. I also have calcites that I carry with me. Essential oil is jasmine. The constellation is Sirius, the dog star, and Pegasus, the winged horse. Beautiful Gabriel is one of the most famous archangels. Along with Michael, Gabriel can be perceived as either male or female, and is shown in this card as androgynous. They always are. Figure with honoring the balance of the angel's masculine and feminine qualities. Known as God's messenger, Gabriel means God has shown himself. I told you. In the form of what? Gabriel. He helps us discover our truth and our true life path, and is particularly helpful to writers and those in the communication industries. That's it, messengers. He gives us the messages. Gabriel brings hope in times of hardship, accompanies new beginnings, and guides us through the veil of illusion. Goes on to talk about Gabriel and her meeting him. She felt a sense of this, that, her mother. Gabriel can bring hope during those times when you feel all hope is lost. Years ago, I lost my job at the National Spiritual Magazine. She was devastated, something, dark night of the soul. But when it was at her lowest point, Gabriel managed to bring me a message of hope. Keep your head up. And that's what these cards said. Stay still. Everything's okay. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was looking for guidance. It's what I was looking for. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? That's why we come to God. Ask him. What's going on? And it wasn't like, what's going on with them? What do you want me to do, God? What am I supposed to do with all this? Sit with it on a fucking Monday. Thanks, God. Alright. Walking home one gloomy London after, well, now we know where you are. Winter afternoon, her headphones. Music has, listen, from yesterday, we talked about this. Music has always held so much meaning for me. It also is one sign the angels can bring us signs. So I often tune into the world of song to see if they have if they contain a personal message for me. We talked about that all day yesterday, how you get transmissions through music. I haven't had my headphones on. I've been busy. I haven't had my head. Get it? I had put music on shuffle, blah, 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 and then the song tells him. What's the song? I can fly, but I want his wings. I can shine even in the darkness, but I can crave the light that he brings. My angel, Gabriel. The song just happened to include on a compilation album I had bought. Oh, that's what happened earlier. I was listening to that Rock Steady song. I knew the beginning, but I wasn't really listening to the words, I guess. Never was listening to the words of that song. And then they really stood out to me. I was like, the Steve Harvey song is standing out to me. And every time I turn it on, I laugh anyways. I giggled the whole time. That fucking haircut and mustache and those suits, and they all look like Steve Harvey doing a little shuffle. I am so fucking burnt out on that. That image is so funny. And then they said something. I might have to listen to that again. But I was like, I don't think I ever listened to this. And it was all talking about, love. That's good. Alright. Anyways. The song just happened to emerge. The song was that very day and the precise moment, right when I needed a sign from the universe, was absolute proof to me that the divine messenger, Gabriel, was right there by my side, bringing my confirmation that things were going to be okay. He's not just bringing that, because I haven't seen him since I told him what I wanted from him. And what did he bring me? Exactly what I said. I wanted, oh, it's not here. I asked him to bring me love. I said, bring me Joseph. I want a man like Joseph that'll allow me to praise God and will stand by my side, help me raise the children, all of this. I'm not putting this on that man. I'm saying that he brought me a cup of love. And that's what I asked him for. Ask and it shall be given. But my cup of love aligns with my purpose. I was running from that, love and marriage and children. I'm working towards it, but I was running from it. You're like, how does that work? I don't know, watch my videos. It's mixed signals. I've been doing it for 3 years. I'm working towards it, but I'm running away from it still at the same time. It's like you're walking backwards right into where I'm supposed to be. I can't see where I'm going. I'm running backwards, but I'm going right back to where I'm supposed to be. And that's where you see this big fat circle. You're like, whoa, I'm like right back where I started. And that's where it is if you made a mistake, you have a chance to rectify your mistakes. You can do things differently this time. Or you can repeat the fucking mistake. That's what you try not to do, is repeat mistakes. And that's what it is. Everything's going to be okay. And that's what it said. The card said, everything's cool, chill. You can never truly lose your purpose, although it may sometimes seem as though you have lost your way. You might be just leveling up. The universe will move you away from any situation that is holding you back, so that you can step into a much bigger role when you are ready. Gabriel and the angels will always ensure that you are on the right path. This oracle deck is living proof that Gabriel's message to me that day was correct. Ask Gabriel to bring you a sign of hope during challenging times and to help you align with your true soul's purpose. Gabriel can What is it? I'm hearing questions of the audience. It's like, can you hold your questions till the end? What's going on? Silence. Separation. I tend to overextend myself after these situations. I come in the DMs pretty hard after. And I'm trying something new where I'm just trying to give it space instead of trying to fill this space of awkward silence. And an awkward silence, in that silence brings up insecurities. So it's like, it's that weird thing. It's like, who's supposed to call after the fact? I'm supposed to reach out first. Well, I won't deny myself that. I'm not going to sit there with this feeling, this impulse that I need to say something to you. But do I need to say anything more than this? And that's where it is. Simplify it and leave it alone. Say your piece and walk and move on. Instead of trying to, control something or make something happen, just sit with what has happened, is what that is. And that's where I'm at. I'm breaking a pattern, even though you don't know it. I'm sitting still. I'm not getting freaked out about space and silence, but I'm enjoying the space and silence to do what I'm supposed to. And that's what was in those cards, is work through anything of the mind, which is they keep bringing up marriage, which means that's my next thing to focus on. You still have fears of this. You saw that right away. I did. I definitely did. And then confirmation, that video came in this morning. Single females, well, you'll never get a single female to marry you. I'm working on it. I'm trying to break myself out of these boxes of what we are and be more than what, it limited us to say we could be. That's something about a marriage, you know what I mean? It's like, marrying me isn't going to be any marriage. It just says we're married. Living in a house with me is not going to be predictable. I mean, it'll be calm and quiet and clean, but not always predictable. I don't know. And that goes back to my own needs, too. I don't want to be, my love language is closeness. So naturally, in order to be married to me, you'd have to have a lot of time to give to me, because that's what love is to me, is giving me your time. That takes adjustments, too. You can't just leave me at home like a pet. I have special needs. I need more than that. I need more time than what you give other people. Why? Because I have special needs. I haven't had that before. Or maybe I'll get rejected and will need less time. In the essence, I've learned to be just alone. But I think that, I don't want to always be left alone. It'll be a reminder of it'll create loneliness. I don't have loneliness. But that separation anxiety, that's what can happen, right? So that's where it is. It's like, could you be in a relationship with someone in the military? No. And most people have shown that. It's too much distance. People need affection and attention. That's not a relationship. A long-distance relationship is just a communications line. It's not, we're no longer in each other's energy. We're no longer, you know what I mean? That's just the truth. The further you go away, the further we pull apart. It doesn't matter if we talk every day. You're not here to be part of my life. I can only tell you so many things on the phone, but you're not here to share my experiences with me. I'm just talking, sending it down the pipeline. We're living 2 different lives, trying to share them with each other when that happens. I don't want to have 2 different lives. I want us to have, our own identities, but have a life together. That's what that means, bro. I watched my cousin. He worked overnight, right? He would go to work. He'd go to work at like 7, and he'd work till the mornings, right? He did these 12-hour shifts overnight. And his girl she worked in the morning. She would earn from 8 until 5. So they, only on the weekends were they around each other, and for an hour every night. And it was like, they just passed the kid on to each other. Is what they did. And stuff like that. And it was like, dude, this isn't, I guess. I want a little bit more closeness than that. I don't know. All things to think about. And that's what it is. It's, they're coming. It's coming. Message. You are in total alignment with your sacred purpose. Feel hopeful. All is unfolding exactly as it should, according to the divine plan for your life. And that's what the plan is. For me to fall in love and have a happy family, because it just never happened for me. And then you look at someone like Marshall, it's like, dude, God planned this for you too, but if you don't work at it, you're never going to experience the bliss of what he made humans for. In none of my lifetimes did I experience this. I lived the lifetime of the goddess, not the mother. I mean, as Isis, yeah, they saw me as the great mother, as Kali, the great mother, and all of that. In the essence, to the mother, to the people. But I didn't have those experiences. And all I can see is, I said it earlier, is Joseph. Think about how wonderful of a man Joseph was. Not magical, just a good man. To have the honor to raise Jesus. And then the honor to give back that was my son. In that day you said, I'm the son of, I'm the son of the All-Father. Take it easy, Thor. And that was it. You were able to, and that's it. Jesus of Nazareth was the son of Joseph and Mary. That's how the story goes. Were they special? No more than being chosen to have this child. And that was this, you know what I mean? Giving this child a loving upbringing so this child could change the world. Could be, you know what I mean? And in essence, that loving upbringing was just a happy family. That's all God made for Adam and Eve, but they didn't follow the rules. Just like I didn't. Everybody rebelled. That's what happened when he created this fucking planet. It was the planet of rebellion. It's like the free will. I have the free right to do whatever the fuck I feel like. Well, I don't feel like doing what you said, God. This will be great for you. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like God. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I feel like I want to be a warrior. I feel like I want to do other things with my life. I don't feel it, God. And then you surrender. And that's where it was, is I didn't ask for this. God said. And it was just a vision of my life that I saw myself happy doing this, and I had to work hard to get there. And I'm almost there. And that's what this says. Truly? Yeah. The Shekinah is all love. That's the highest level. You're either a Shekinah of the light or a Lilith of the dark. We're both all love. It's just what side of me are you going to catch? The tough love or the light love? The twin iron or blind justice. They see all, know all. It's just blind justice, right? It's the balance. So that's naturally Libra, the balancing of the scales. And then the high priestess, one of a kind. We're all of the white light, can't you tell? I'm part of the platinum ray, I think. The twins, I think all three of us part of the platinum ray. I went to the orange. Let's see. Gold ray. The platinum is the iron twins. That's it. Okay. I'm not surprised. The rainbow ray. Well, it must be after that, because then you have the rainbow ray, which is Christ and Teriel, which I just showed you. Unconditional love, the diamond, which is Sophia, Shekinah. There's just another version, layers of that. And Melchizedek. So where were you guys in 30? 30. The silver ray. That's what it is. The soul star. Connection to the higher self, realization, divine purpose, transcending karma, accessing the Akashic records, manifestations, and awakening. Hi, my name is. I have all of that. The star essential oil is what? Star jasmine. Alright? The constellation is the Swan and the Southern Cross, the Bible Belt. The message: life is a mirror. What are your outer circumstances reflecting back at you? What can you learn from this experience? On page 101. Right? And then, who else was in there? 39. Yeah, we read them all. And that's where it is. It's like, there's the silver ray, the platinum ray, or the diamond ray, or the highest level, or the white ray, Gabriel. Is there anybody in here with you, Gabriel? Sethiel, devotion, which is just the same as Buddha. Yeah, and then the silver ray. Yep. And then the gold ray, which is Metatron up there. We're a whole happy family. I'm back at home with the light family. Oh, isn't he cute? Look at our little dark starseed. That's why they keep saying starseed every time I hear it. My starseed, my starseed. Shut up. Why don't you come down here? Say that to my face. Alright, God's working. The whole universe is working. This is big works. And that's really what it is. It's a new year. It's a new lunar year. It's my birthday. Realistically, it's my new lunar year. It's my birthday. I am the goddess of the moon. Right? Yes. Alright. Well, love. And what was the other one? Hard work. Okay? Okay. Bye.